power to follow. There's a power to follow up in everything that we're doing. If you're chasing that girl or you're chasing that guy or you're chasing that contract in whatever you're in, there's a power of follow up. So what I understand is that our speaker is getting ready. She's getting ready. So what I want to do is I want to excite you guys, because what happens is sometimes is that we don't think that we have to follow up with everything that we do. We assume that our family is going to refer us because we're family. We assume that our friend that we just had lunch with is already going to refer us because they know that we're in the business. Sometimes they don't even know that we do rentals. Sometimes they don't even know that we do commercial. Sometimes they don't even know that we do Miami-Dade County because we live in Broward. Has anyone ever encountered this before? Drop a 1 in the chat if you ever encountered this before. Guys, we got to be intentional as we move into this year right now where we're talking about the market shifting. We're talking about interest rate. I listened to a podcast earlier this morning, and they were talking about the changes that are happening to the conventional market, changes that are going to be happening to the FHA market. We have to understand that we got to be intentional. So what I want you guys to do is invite someone to this chat once again. Invite someone to this chat, because what they're going to do is they're going to thank you. They're going to thank you. Trust me, once again, they're going to thank you. Guys, 7 years in the industry, she struggled her first year. She ran through her money. She blew all her money because she said, hey, if I market and my face is out there and I do what I need to do, the phone's going to ring. But guess what? That didn't happen. What I understood was that it was $30,000 of marketing that she blew right away. And then she found herself in the hole, and she says, wow, I'm in the hole. What am I going to do right now? Do I go do Uber? Do I go work at McDonald's? No, she says, wait, I got to create a system. Guys, can you type in system in the room? Let's go ahead and let's type in system in the chat, because this is powerful what we're going to bring to you guys this morning. This all came from a conversation. Once again, I was listening to a role play early in the morning, and I said, wait a minute, they understand follow-up. We need to train the people on how to follow up. We think that because we prospect for 1 hour and we speak to a FSBO or for sale by owner, and we have an amazing call with them, we think that they're going to call us back and say, hey, I'm ready to list with you. Then we wait 2, 3, 4 days, and then we notice that the home is listed with someone else. And we're like, wait a minute, I spoke to John and I had an amazing conversation with him. I had a 5 out of 5 conversation with him. Why did he not list with me? But then again, we forgot to do the steps after. We forgot to do the instant text message. We forgot to plug them into our CRM. We forgot to call them again for the second and third time, because we understand that in efforts to get a deal, we got to touch them 7 to 13 times. Folks, I said that 7 to 13 times. You got to touch one person before you finally get a yes. So once again, we're going to open this room up to invite someone once again. Guys, check this out. I have a property that I'm working on right now that I'm having a plumbing issue. The plumber came from 2 weeks ago. Guess what? I opened up my email this morning and I saw the invoice finally come to me. I responded to him and I said, sir, although I haven't found a plumber, guess what? I don't want to work with you. You took 2 weeks to send me an invoice. You took 2 weeks to send me an invoice. I don't have a plumber right now. You can ask Lamel, who's here, but guess what? I'm not going to work with him, because what we understand, folks, is the way we do one thing, we do everything, correct? Guys, without further ado, let's get right in. 806 Christina. I'm going to butcher her last name, so I'm not going to even try. But Christina, the luxury queen herself, guys, she listed a property. I took a course with her and she went to work. I got to share the story. She went to work. From the activities that she did, she listed a $6 million property. I looked at her numbers and I said, wait a minute, they did 5 deals, they did 8 deals, and they hit $11 million. Wait a minute, I'm at 13 deals this month alone, but I'm not hitting close to $11 million. There's something that I got to redo. I got to figure something out. So excited to have you, Christina. I guess they broke it into the chat.
Crichton, that's it. That was such an amazing introduction. Thank you, Jeff. You are an incredible leader. I'm so grateful to be able to collaborate with you, because for me, one one of the big secrets that we're going to talk about of follow-up is going to be all the people that are around you, holding you accountable, right? You can put all the systems in place, but if you don't use them, if you don't have people that are using them, if they're not holding you accountable, if you're not holding yourself accountable, it's not going to work. And just like Jeff said, like when I started, I would follow up with people twice and think, what am I doing wrong? If you have gone through this, like put a 1 in the chat. Like I've called people twice. I did the cold calling and then I followed up with them 2 times and then nothing happened. I'm like, oh, I'm not good at real estate. What is wrong with me? I even went and took it personal. I'm like, what is wrong with me? What am I not doing right? And those were the first 2 years of my life. So instead of I'm going to say, I did think about, like, maybe I'll be better at a corporate job and just climb a corporate ladder because it is, there's some structure in it. So ultimately what I figured out is, this company that we have here is amazing because if you are not partnered up with people in your organization, you need to have people holding you accountable. So ultimately, I want people to tell me where you're struggling with right now with the follow-up. If you have systems in place, put a 1 in the chat. If you do not, and you have some version of a system, I want you guys put that into the chat. I want to understand so we can get to work and do some improvements within your own business. So for us, last year was a definite learning curve because we started, I made a decision 2 years ago. I cannot be successful on my own. And this was before EXP. I just made a decision and I hired an assistant. Because in order for me to grow, in order for me to scale, I need to have more hands, more boots on the ground. I hired an assistant and that didn't work out for me because all of the systems that I was creating, I needed that assistant to help me implement. So that assistant went and disappeared. There was too much work for them, too much, I don't know, pressure, stress. Real estate is a very stressful career, very stressful. Not only do you have to prospect, you have to follow up. Then when you follow up, you get the appointment, then you got to convert the appointment, and then you have to list it. Then you have to find a buyer, you have to negotiate the deal, you have to make sure you get it to the finish line. There's so many different steps to get it to the finish line. And in between all those major steps, there are many steps in between that you have to just strengthen your skill set every time you are working a deal. So I went through 3 assistants in 3 months, 3 assistants. They helped me set up a foundation, and I went through the realization that I have to find go-getters. I have to find people that are going to work with me, that are going to expand. And if you're in a real estate team, which I know a lot of you are, and this is what is so powerful, you can build people to help you, and they can build their own business within your business. And this to me, where I started to perform better, knowing that I have people that rely on me, and I have to step up as a leader, and then B, they are training to become leaders. So to me, this was the best follow-up system that I could create because I was being held accountable from my team. And then my team was building their own downline, their own teams. And every time we meet, if someone's not there, we are bringing people together. So the first step is showing up, putting in the hours to train, to be consistent within your business. Now, do you guys use a CRM system? Does anybody put a yes if you use a CRM system consistently? If so, which one? So with EXP, we have this amazing system, the KVCORE system, but I've worked with Top Producer in the past, and I really love the reminders of Top Producer. Now, if you are just starting out, we have KVCORE, which gives us this amazing CRM that you don't have to pay for. It's in your membership that you pay for monthly. So in there, you have to set up systems. So if most of you are prospecting, how are you prospecting? Are you making calls every day, or are you going to events? There are different ways of prospect. When you put that lead into the CRM, are you going back and looking at it? And you have to have a serious conversation with yourself, right? If you're not putting, if you're just randomly putting people into CRM, we did this last year. We were randomly putting people into CRM that didn't even deserve to be there, right? You want to make sure you're putting quality people into your CRM. That's number one. Like if you haven't strengthened that, if you're having conversations with people, let's say you went to a networking event and you have an investor that's looking to buy a piece of land and you build great rapport, you put that person into your CRM. At some point, you need to make follow-up happen. You need to follow up, hey, great meeting you at the blah, blah, blah event. I wanted to go ahead and help you find that property that you were looking for, that piece of land you were looking for, right? Sometimes, like I told you in the beginning, I would call, nobody answered me, and then I'd call again, and then I'd give up. So if you're putting them in and then giving up after making one attempt, second attempt, you need to put yourself on a system. Our team we use Follow-Up Boss. Now you don't have to use Follow-Up Boss because, you know, if you're just starting out, you can use everything KVCORE offers you. Okay. So you have to create a system, a schedule. And if you don't know where to begin, there's so many different tools out there to learn, to study. We have new agents coming in asking questions like, Christina, I feel overwhelmed. I don't know where to start. You know, start by taking baby steps on educating yourself. I'm going to assume we have a lot of people that are doing a lot of business. Now, if you don't put your people into CRM and staying on top of them, we have a system. So I write my people down. I work with investors and really high net worth people. I follow up with them at least every couple of weeks. Like that to me is staying on top of them. I got a $30 million lead through an open house. And this is how you learn, right? We followed up with this guy like every day. I sent him video messages. I called him. This guy is super busy, right? You got to know the client and know how much to follow up and the frequency. Grant Cardone talks about it, right? You can take 3 months to follow up with them with the 7 to 13 touches, or you could take a week. I did the week approach, and the guy like said, I never want to work with you again. So because we weren't respectful of his time, right? So I want you guys to know the type of people that you're working with and create a system of following up. If you are, I'm also old school. I like to write things down on paper. I like to keep a planner. So sometimes I'm very spiritual and I get intuition. Someone's name pops into my head. Without me looking at the CRM, I just write it down. I write down their name and I know I have to call them because their name will keep popping up. If this has happened to you, people's names have popped up into your head and you didn't take action. And then weeks later, that person listed, bought, or you lost a deal. Has that happened to you guys? Because this has happened to me. Like people's names would pop up into my head and I don't like take action immediately. This is one of my secrets. If you think of someone, right, to me, this is God speaking to me. Hey, this person is in your brain right now. You need to call them. And I've learned my lesson. So if you guys have this happen, like you think of people's names and you don't take immediate action, whether it's follow-up or family, like there is a reason you're thinking about them. There's an energy there that needs to be taken action on. So yeah, you are feeling their energy. Exactly, Vanessa. Exactly. We also use whiteboards like JC just mentioned, right? I like to sit down and review weekly or bi-weekly. Hey, where are we with these people? And this is my team, right? JC and Shane, this is my team. And I like to have meetings with them. I need to say, hey, say, I need to have a conversation. This is leadership, right? Where are we with all the people we're putting into the CRM? And that we're not putting just anybody into the CRM. We're putting people that we have quality conversations. We pre-qualify them, ask them great conversations, see where they're at, and then stay in touch with them. I told my guys, like, if the person you're speaking on the phone mentions something about their crazy orange cat and only has 3 legs, I need to know this detail. Like, this is so important to me, right? Let's say this cat is just like, they tell you a story. Like, this is, to me, is super important, because this is a connection point and building relationships with people. Right? If they see that you're paying attention to their little sick cat, they already have trust with you. So building that trust and paying attention to details. Before I got into real estate, I had a dental practice. And in that dental practice, I wanted to know everything about the patient. Because whenever I went to have a conversation with that patient, I gave them no choice but to have and elect to have these procedures that is going to make their mouths healthier. And I learned that from trial and error. When I first walked in there, my first patient, I had my baby strapped on my baby Bjorn, and because that's how we ran. It was a family dental practice. And I went in there, I had no clue what I was doing. But you have to ask people questions. You have to know what's going on. And over time, I've realized, you guys, having quality questions that you speak to people on the phone and then noting them and then using them in the follow-up, okay? This morning we have a Grant Cardone training, Cardone University, every morning. I'm constantly writing down questions when I'm speaking to people, constantly. And Jeff mentioned that we had a $6 million listing we got last year. Like, if I did not practice asking questions, if we did not practice calling, texting, and I'm going to tell you right now, like, I forget to follow up with people all the time. Shane reminds me, JC reminds me, we're constantly talking about real estate. We're constantly, hey, where we are with this deal, where we are with this deal. This is also an important way for you to build your business. Find realtors that you can train, but also so they can hold you accountable and you can be a leader for them by constantly masterminding and talking deals. The more you talk about deals, the more business you're going to produce. So going back to the follow-up, okay? 7th to 13th is 80% conversion. I have people that I have built into my system for the last 6 years. I have a client that came to Florida with his wife 4 years ago, and they wanted to buy within a year. And whatever happened, they just kept falling off. They kept pushing it off into the future. So I had them on a drip campaign. So I was constantly sending them properties in their price point. So I don't know, does anybody send properties to clients that's on a continuous search in the MLS? Do you guys do that? That's another secret of mine. Right? I don't just, and not just like a very vague search, right? Like a very specific search. And he gets my emails for the last 4 years. He's been getting them. He's like, hey, Christina, I love this property. What do you think? Do you think we can get a good deal? And this is how we talk, right? If you can automate some of the follow-up that you have and the property searches, do you guys like put a 1 in the chat if you have people on like a search campaign through the MLS? Do you guys do that? Okay, good.
Carlos.
Yeah, Carlos, do people message you and talk to you about it? I also love the, and yeah, there you go. Yes, Lamel, great. Tarika. Yeah. So the other thing that I want, so now they're actually getting closer to buying, right? And because we've communicated, that's one way that I followed up with just the MLS. If you are so not organized and don't have your systems in place, but you put people on a search, go back into those searches, right? Look at those people, look at the notes that you put into that and follow up with them. Say, hey, I'm going back through the search that we set up for you. Has anything changed? Has your budget increased? Do you realize our market has, our prices have gone up in the last 2 years, right? Like revisit all those leads. There's so much business laying on the table. All you have to do is just make time for it, whether you set a time every day, once a week to follow up and do it consistently. Consistency is key. Okay. Another person that we went on a listing appointment is in Miramar. We build amazing rapport and we put them on a search. We send out email blasts. That's another like follow-up. Like that is a touch point. People see you. They don't forget about you. They see that you're active in your industry. They see that you're putting in the work. This guy, I could see when he's looking at my emails, I could see how many times he's clicked on something. And then we see that he's looking at other properties. And when you see they're actively looking on the back end, call them. They are interested. They have questions. To me, this, like the technology that we have is so amazing. The most important part is to use it. And this guy that we talked to last year, he is ready to go. We've pre-qualified them. We've asked them questions. We've hopped on several calls after, him being on our email campaigns, right? Are you asking your people, hey, can I put you into my system and send you market updates? And they say, absolutely, because these people already build trust with you. So if you're putting people that you don't have trust with into your CRM, I did this in the beginning. I was like, oh, I got people. I'm so excited. Right. Because, like you don't know until you know, and that takes experience. It takes a lot of messy deals, a lot of messy conversations. That's where you get your experience from. So we have the client in Miramar. He's ready to go. Now we're helping him find a property, not only in Atlanta, right, but we're helping him with his home here and educating. So some of the things that I want you guys to take away from this, okay? You need to constantly grow your pipeline and you need to nurture that pipeline. If you're not nurturing your pipeline, you might as well you're drying up, right? So find systems. One, I like the MLS, the email, put them on a search, but staying in front of them, don't just throw them on there, right? If someone's actively talking to you and say, hey, Christina, I hate what I'm seeing that you're sending me. I'm like, okay, well, out of the ones that you did see, and this takes a call, this is a touch point. Out of the things that you did see, what area do you like, right? This is going above and beyond. So we have, who do we have? We have one client that we were listing and selling his house. We got an amazing offer, but now he's freaked out and he doesn't know where he's moving to. So what we did was we sent him searches and we started calling off-market properties to find him in the communities that he likes. We got a listing of, property preview. My client didn't like the house, but the owner of the preview that we went on liked our presentation. And he basically told us, we're ready to sell within the next month or two. And I need you to help me find a home. And when you start nurturing these relationships, you have to keep in touch with them. And I've fallen off the bandwagon when I'm doing things by myself, when I'm not communicating with others and talking real estate, I forget about my clients. If I'm not writing down, hey, I got to do the search for John, I got to go do the search for Corey, and keep in front of them and give them updates. So I have a question. How do you determine who's serious enough to go into the CRM? So if you have a conversation and you build rapport and you ask them qualifying questions, and if you guys are not asking qualifying questions, I invite you to attend our Cardone University call that we do, Cardone University training every morning, Monday through Saturday at 7 a.m. If that's too early for you, I invite you to take your career more seriously. Okay, because if you are truly going to help people, you need to be on a strict schedule. I was making $50,000, $60,000 3 years ago. I had a variety of schedule. I went to the gym, I got my coffee, I got my smoothie, and then around 10, 11, I got to doing business. No, it doesn't work like that. This is a business that demands your full attention. So, and if you're just starting out and you're feeling it out, go for it, test it out, but you will see what kind of results you get. So, qualifying questions, ask them. You know, I like to build rapport, talk to them a little bit about them in between dropping qualifying questions, so they don't feel like it's just an interrogation. This is when JC joined my team, that's all he did. He just asked questions. And I'm like, I don't trust the person that's interrogating me, right? I want to have a conversation like, you know, like a human being. That's, you know, personality. If you guys are starting out with cold calling, you will feel awkward at first. I did. And then you start to pick up on people's personalities. You talk with them, you feel relaxed. People feel all that. When you smile, people feel when you smile in your tonality. So we qualify them by asking questions, getting an estimate. Hey, when are you looking to sell? Are you looking to move when? Why do you have to move? Not all back to back, of course. It's all let them talk. A lot of times you get nervous and you talk too much. You don't let people speak. So listen, they will tell you everything that you want to know, and write it down. Like, always have a piece of paper and pen handy. Okay. And then don't forget to convert those notes into the CRM, or if you're savvy and talking on the phone and putting it into the CRM, do it that way. So once we get confirmation that this conversation, I could tell, like, if it's a great conversation, hey, is it all right if we stay in touch? Let's say they want to sell in 4 months. Is it all right if I send you market update? Can I get your email? And most of the time, when you've built quality rapport with them, they'll give you the email. They'd love to hear from you. Now, your job is get the email, put them on a campaign. How many of you here send out a weekly market newsletter to your CRM? Can you put a 1 if you do?
Whoa, 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 whoa. This is way too good. Slow it down. This is amazing. This is amazing. Hopefully you guys are grabbing some great notes, some great stuff. We're going to slow it down, allow you guys to catch up real quick, and we're going to continue. But
there we go.
A CRM, who's using a follow-up system?
Yeah. CRM is so important, guys. And within the CRM, you can send out email campaigns, whether it's KVCORE, whether it's Follow Up Boss. When I started, I used Mailchimp. I used Mailchimp to do my email blast, but I love how within our CRM, we have everything in one spot. Yeah, weekly market report, right? Just give them a stat, give them a couple of stats, right? And when I started, I put everybody into my CRM, and my open rate was like 8%. Our open rate now is, Shane, what's our open rate?
30-ish.
Our open rate is like 35%, which is really, really good, right? Your people are staying in front of you, we're staying in front of them, and they're interested. They're interested because you've done the preliminary work of qualifying them, having quality conversations. So, does anybody have any questions? Nope. Yes. Don't be shy. I could talk for hours. Yeah, newsletter is very, very important. And again, I couldn't do this on my own. Like, you know, Jeff has a team helping him with his marketing, right? Like, you can't, like, doing this on your own is so hard. Where do we get the newsletter? So we get some data. We get some data on the market. You can go into what's the Florida?
No, that's for the month. We don't, it's different.
Yeah, we do some stats. Like, I don't make it all pretty. Your open rate is actually much higher when you make it an email format versus
Florida, and you're a part of the Florida Association of Realtors. You get Florida sunset stats for free. I'll drop the link in here. You can definitely pull some free information on there and just rinse and repeat it, rebrand it, and send it out to your people. I'll drop the link in here.
Yeah, put the link. That's exactly what yeah. Thank you, Jeff. Is there anything else that I'm missing, Jeff? I didn't really put bullet points. Any questions for you, for me, guys? Do you guys want to break into a higher price point market? Do we want to talk about that? Put a 1 if you do, or a question. Yeah, so I mean, the higher price point market, guys, like what's your price point that you're working in with now? Danielle, Tarika, Joseph, tell me what your range is, homes that you work with. So when I first, that's amazing. I mean, yeah, when I started, my price point was 200 to 300,000. And every year I'm like, I got to go higher. I got to go higher because the workload is the same. You just have to start paying attention to more details. You have so much more details in a house to really keep in mind. And it's just literally a professionalism. And everybody here, I know a lot of you guys, carry yourself extremely professionally. It's just a decision. It's a decision. Like I made a decision, like I don't want to take deals that are under 500,000, 600,000. I give them out. I don't want to deal with them. I want to deal with higher price points. And everybody here, if you want to work on a higher price point, you got to start not putting your attention on the lower price point. What we do is I give all the lower price points to our team, so they practice building those skill sets. I feel okay with helping people with lower price points. So to get higher, again, you have to have the right questions to ask. You have to have the right energy when you speak to people. Okay, people want to work with people that are excited, and you just have to hold yourself accountable. You have to hold yourself accountable when it comes to going through your CRM, working through your database, and staying in front of people. And I'm going to tell you guys, I have felt like I don't want to call people sometimes. Your feelings are liars. Don't listen to your feelings. All right. When you create systems, you follow them. And if you don't have a strong system, ask people. Don't be afraid. Everyone here, I bet you if you ask somebody for help, they will help you. Okay. Don't assume that, we're just sitting around waiting to help you, because we're very busy, but say, hey, when can I get, 5-10 minutes of your time to help me set up my follow-up system, right? Like Shane set up our follow-up system through the follow-up boss. Like we have emails that go out, we have text messages, we have newsletters that we send out. So let me see. Yep. Okay, I think we're good. Jeff, how are we with time? I don't even know how long we're supposed to go until.
Hey, I love it. I love it. I love it. If you guys are excited, I see a couple of 1s, a couple of 2s in the rooms. If you guys are excited about this, excited about the information you're getting, and you want to see Christina dive in on truly how to grow your price point, how to get to that 700, how to get to that 300, how to get to that 500, where it is relative, actually, because some people are not from Florida that are in here with us. Drop a 3 in the chat, because we want to take a quick poll. We want to give you guys the information. So if you guys are enjoying what you're getting and you want us to continue and you want to hear how did they land a $6 million listing, drop a 3 in the chat. And what we're going to do is we're going to be back here, I think next Tuesday, same time, same place.
Oh yeah, we have guys. Yeah, Vanessa said Jeff and I are nominees for where are we supposed to speak, Jeff? I'm blanking.
EXP Shareholder Summit. So our company does a midwinter and a national conference each and every single year. And what they did this year was they said, hey, we want to hear from the people. We want to hear about the people that are in the fields each and every single day. So they said, have someone nominate you, or you drop your name in the nomination hat to be one of the speakers. And they can speak on any topic that they're interested in. So excited that Christina and I and a couple of us other people, a part of our organization, a part of our team, have made it to the finalists. So we're asking for you guys to vote for us each and every single day, vote up to 10 times, share it with a friend. And if you guys believe that we are true leaders in the field and you guys enjoy what we're doing and you guys are excited about us and you guys just want to see us win, we ask for you to continue to support us.
Yes, every day you have up to 10 votes. When's the deadline for that, Jeff? I think it's the,
113 days or something like that. Too far.
no, but our voting day is like 10 days, I think they gave us, in 10 days to vote. And you guys just can click 10 times, vote, it registers and vote again and registers. You don't have to put anything in, it's really easy. And you do it for 10 days straight, I think. So yeah, I am beyond grateful for our team, our amazing, you know, realtors. You guys are here learning that, like, applaud yourself. All right. If you've been inspired to take action to improve your follow-up game, to show up to our 7 a.m. training, Shane, drop the link for that. We are here. We are showing up every day. We're providing resources. Your job is to show up, ask questions, and implement. If you're not implementing what you're learning, you know, it's a crime to your clients. It's a crime to your own personal growth. Right. So first step, show up, then we implement, and then you see your business booming. So I'm excited to get the day started. It's 8:38. Who's ready to hit some phones and follow up? I'm so excited. I have a whole list of people I got to call today. And we're excited to bring to you the going to the next level and the price point of clients you want to work with. So we'll see. What are we doing next Tuesday at 8?
Let's do
Or
it.
2. Perfect. Awesome. And invite your people. Invite people that are hungry, that want to grow and find, you know, this valuable. Invite them. We want to meet them. Jeff, anything else?
That is all, folks. Go ahead and be great. We'll see you guys at the top. Have a great day.
Bye, everyone.